Welcome everyone, Farm Sim Snowy here. This is episode 53 of No Man's Land. Welcome back everyone to No Man's Land. What a beautiful setting here. And I've added in something. Great suggestion from one of my subscribers, you Mesmo. Apologies if I've said that wrong, but I'm going to put your name on the screen now as well. So thank you very much. I don't know if this is the same bridge that you were on about, and I don't know if this is the same lake you're on about, but we're up at the biggest lake, which is up by this little community here in the sweet shop. And I thought I'd put a little sort of jetty pontoon, fishing pontoon. Look, it goes in the water, juts out, just adds to the scenery. And this, if you're wondering, can be found if you download it in miscellaneous, and it is this pack here. So you get a short one, a long one, and then a middle one. The long one and the short one, you can just about see there's a sign on there that says no trespassing or something like that, private. But the middle one is what I use. That has got no signs on it at all. I think it's roughly the same length as the short one. So then obviously there's no sign on there. So I thought that was quite cool. So thank you very much for recommending that. I do listen to you guys. I even parked our pickup here in the correct parking spot. Nothing wrong with my parking, Graham. And if we head back over to the farm, we'll go through a few things that I've done also in between the last episode and this episode. Looks like our corn and canola is ready to harvest, which is pretty good. I think that's only just happened actually. It wasn't like that when I came over here. But obviously we finished off the last episode midway through harvesting canola and soybeans. So that is all done. I'm going to put the pickup here, I think. We finished off with 104,968 litres of canola, which is awesome. And we're going to sell that at TARDIS selling station. There was a couple of places, I think it was Ice Cafe that was going up, but that topped out, didn't beat the TARDIS. And the soybeans, we got 83,384, which is a little bit less than I was hoping, but still a good amount. And that is quite a good price at Ice Cafe. So that is one of our new sell points down at Whitecliff Holiday Park. So we're going to go down and visit there. What we could do is start harvesting this canola here at the farm. That will add to that amount then, so we can sell all of that, I think, at the TARDIS. So we'll go and tip over 100,000 litres of canola outside the doctor's front door. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. What else has been happening? The animals are all a-okay. What I did find was funny when I was cleaning up their mess, their feed mess, because we sold a few pigs last episode. When I scooped up their mess and went to tip it back in the trough, it tipped some in and then it just started tipping on the floor, because obviously we've got less pigs now and we've maxed out the food bars. I would have thought it would have filled up the potatoes and sugar beet bar as well, but it hasn't, so that was a little bit annoying. Horses need riding, but that's not a urgent job. This header, I've tried something different. I don't know if you remember, it was kept sliding off this rack. I haven't folded it up, so as you can see it is unfolded and I just dropped it on there. So I'm interested to know if that makes a difference. It probably won't, but you never know. And I also listened to one of my other subscribers, another great friend of the channel, Looney Farm Guy. He suggested putting the tracks on these harvesters to help them stop better, and it does work. I can vouch for that. Right, so let's grab our... No, we want one of those harvesters, don't we? Because we're going to start harvesting the canola. Oh, it doesn't really matter, but I did one with dark windows and I did one with clear windows, but they're basically both the same. I've upped the horsepower in both of them now as well. I think one was at maximum horsepower and the other wasn't. I will say though, they do stop a lot better, but the turning's not as good with the wheels, but that's not too bad. What we'll do is we'll grab this header, I think. If we can squeeze out of there without wrecking the place. What I'm probably going to do is do a bit of a lap round, and then we'll get a worker going on there, because I think they should cope. They shouldn't do too much damage with harvesting. I think it's pretty safe to unleash the workers with harvesting, because obviously if they did run into the, say, the cornfield, they're not going to get anywhere with that. Right, let's crack on. I mean, if we set them off now, they're just going to go in a straight line, aren't they? So I guess we could do that actually. Let's go for that. I don't know how they're going to fare like that, but they can do that. We'll worry about that. And obviously the soybean field, let's go back on the map. The soybean field and the other canola field, they are now empty, so it's not like they can run across into that field, so that needs something planted in them as well. Don't think we'll do the cornfield this episode because it's going to be too much, and I don't really want the crops all sort of growing at the same time. It's nice to have them sort of separated, because otherwise it gets a little bit too much. So if we grab the soybeans first, and then we get to head down to Ice Cafe. Like I said, one of our new sale points. I don't know what that work is going to do. Let's keep an eye on them. Are they going to turn round? I think we... Oh, there we go. They're turning round. But they're only going to come down this side towards the chicken coop, and then that will be it. But even if we have to just finish off that other bit, that's fine. So come on, 83,000 something. There we go. We should get a nice amount for this. I think $17.91 is a fantastic price, really. I have seen soybeans up around the 1800 marks, but not very often. Obviously it depends on what mode you're playing on. We're kind of on normal economy on this map. So we'll head on down. You can see the white cliff there in the distance. Oh, and another thing as well, another one of my subscribers, whoa there, CNS Farms, he's got his own YouTube channel as well. Totally recommend going and checking him out. He recreated our holiday park here and did a separate little video, which I thought was amazing, especially the little surprise at the end. So, and he done a fantastic job. He had everything set up. This even went to the effort of putting the BGA over there on the sort of drive in. Absolutely blew me away what he did with that. It was fantastic. He had the pub there, the tents, even the white cliffs. Honestly, I recommend going and checking them out. CNS Farms. I will put a link to the video down in the description as well. so that you guys can click on it. He did have different cabins to me, but I think his were better if I'm honest. But he had everything there, palm trees, and then there was a nice lovely little surprise at the end, which I thought was a lovely little touch. So thanks for doing that, buddy, and like I say, go and check that out. So if we go around this way behind the diner, I've not actually tested this area with this truck, so this is a bit of a, maybe we could have done sort of a back entrance here instead of driving all through the holiday park. So I'm pretty sure we've scared some holiday makers driving past their caravans in this. Anyway, let's sell these soybeans. Keep going, keep going. It's not like we need the money, but it's been a long time since we were selling our crops. 149,385 euros. Happy days. Yeah, because literally we were just growing our crops at one point and feeding them straight to the pigs because they're so greedy. So it's nice to be back selling our crops and getting some money back for all our time and effort. So we'll leave the holiday park. Probably scared everyone off. And then we'll head back up to the farm. What I might do actually is get that canola field finished off, and then we'll tip the rest in our silo, and then we can take a trailer load down to the doctor and sell that. I'm not sure how much we get off that field, but we'll soon find out. Right, so we've got a little bit of canola in there, basically a harvester load. I've set a worker off again on that last little bit. We should have enough to grab a full trailer load here though. There we go. Could be a little bit short actually. Ah, look at that. Just a tiny little bit short. If this guy, there we go, if this guy's on that side, let's grab a tiny little bit more off of them. So we've got 120,000 litres. Don't get to the end before we can get to you. Come on. Please. Thank you very much. I'll go straight on so I don't block you. Right, let's head on down to the TARDIS. You'll see the pile of pig food there, which I couldn't tip back in. They've started making another bit of mess as well. I could have tipped it in our silo obviously, but so we need to go off track a little bit here because we haven't actually got a proper access road to the TARDIS. But that's because he is a little bit elusive and he's staying out of the way. Let's dump this right outside his door. Ooh, hit the brakes a bit. Let's come down so we can see how much we're going to make there. Should be a nice amount as well. Obviously we've got a little bit left off of that field. I should imagine probably only about 20,000 litres. There's no desperate rush to sell that. 157,092 euros. Fantastic. does give you a good feeling when you sell your crops like that and you make a good return, especially like that. Even if you're playing in harder mode, because that's even better in my opinion, because it's a hard slog then to sort of get to where you want to be, build your money up. Let's head on over here. Oh, also I've decided the wheel loader can live in that shed now, because obviously we sold the animal trailer. So that little log shed barn, that is probably redundant now, unless I can think of something else that could possibly live in there. We'll keep hold of it for a minute though, because you never know, we might buy some more equipment or something. Let's put this back over here, because what else I think we'll do this episode is grow something. We could get a worker going back on this field. I'm trying to think what we should grow in there. Something not a little bit different, because we've not got any custom crops on here. I was actually thinking of sugarcane, but I think that field is a bit too big for it. Could do cotton again. Quite a good price there at vehicle shop grains, and it's going up. Obviously that would all change probably by the time we come to sell the cotton, unless we do a massive potato harvest again. But because that field is nice and square, we can just set a worker off on that and just leave them to it. It'll cost us quite a lot of money though to pay them, but it's not like we're short of a few dollars. Trying to think what we could possibly grow there. I know we haven't really grown oats or anything like that for a while. How are the horses doing on food? They're pretty good, you know. I don't think we're any desperate rush for feeding them. Right, let's forget that idea. Well, I think I'll give that a little bit of thought a bit later, because what else I want to do is we are going to helper H has completed their task. Have they? Probably not. I think we are going to make another field. I know you're probably thinking more fields. I think what we will do, like I said before, if you remember, is we will buy this plot to our right eventually, and I'm going to have a long, thin, sort of rectangular field there, and I think we're going to have a go with sugarcane on there. But I think for now we will go down here, because I want to buy this plot. In actual fact, there's some trees on here, isn't there? I want to buy these plots here, whichever ones this is going to take in. I think we're going to end up having to buy... Let's just put that on a second and go into landscaping mode. Right, we're right over here. So what I wanted to do, again, try and do a worker friendly field, is have a nice long square edged field along here, as far over this way as we can to this track, up to this rock in the distance, and then go straight again and squared off that road. So we're going to have to buy 45, 46, 34, 35, right, it's going to be a lot, isn't it? That is okay. Let's buy some more plots. We've got plenty of money. So now we own all of this so far on no man's land. Look how much we own. Beautiful. So, bit of a waste of time grabbing that because that's a bit too early. We need to get rid of these trees. So I'm going to head back up to the farm, grab our stayer with the trailer, our new little red trailer, and the wood chipper, and we're going to clear some trees. I'm wondering if we should do these ones as well while we're at it. So what I'll probably do is clear those trees and I'll bring you back in when that's all clear and we're ready to go. In fact, why not? Let's just do this. Oh no, we have bought them now, haven't we? So we should be able to do this field here as well. Okay, cool. Right, I'll get clearing those trees and I'll bring you back in when we're ready to plough up the land. So I'll see you shortly. Where's the tractor gone? There it is. See you in a bit, guys. Right, so we are ready to create our new field. Cleared all the trees and of course on this area as well. And we ended up, well, in total, because I think we had about 9,000 wood chips already in the silo. We've got 70,284 now. 2 places are going up, but there's quite a good price down at wood chips, but obviously we'll keep an eye on that. I'm not going to sell them yet because I want to get these jobs done first. So let's unfold that and put this on. Make sure we've got allow create fields, that off. And like I said, it's not going to be pretty. We're just going to go sort of oversized, if that makes sense, and then use the landscaping tool to just square up these edges. So we're going to go something like this, and then I can just make it a bit neater and tidier, square it all off with the landscaping tool. And if we ruin some of the roads and the tracks, I can always paint them back in as well, so that's not a problem. But this is going to take quite a while. Might even be a bit too long for a time lapse, but we'll see how we go. And then I'll probably move over to that side and do that long rectangular field as well while we're at it. But we are at 4:43 PM in game, so probably not going to get too much more done this episode because of the time. But as you can see, it is going to be a slow process. So we are definitely well over where I want to be, but once that all gets filled in, it's going to make it look a bit more easier to see where we can square it up to, and it will all make more sense in a while. We now have 2 huge muddy areas which I will show you in landscaping mode because it's probably easier. I don't know why we're right over there. I actually, because it was quicker, especially on this side, so you can see the different textures, started off ploughing the outside sort of outline of this field, and then I thought it would be easier and quicker to just lease the big flexi coil cultivator, because I've got the field creator pack installed, the mod. It allows you to create fields with the cultivators, so that was 24 meters instead of our 12 meter plough, so that's managed to get that out quick. So it does look a bit of a mess, but we're going to tidy it all up. And as you can see, I've gone completely oversized, and then I did this one. Really struggled down here because it's very bumpy, but we're probably going to come back in quite a bit there, because obviously you're going to need a bit of room to turn around, like so. What else? Whilst we've been doing that, I had a worker, that's why that tractor's still there. Plant cotton. I went for cotton again over there. Possibly could do cotton as well in this big field, but I haven't decided yet. And then obviously these two fields need something else put in as well. I may do one of those fields off camera just to get something in there, so little kind of growing crops, all sort of different stages, and we're not harvesting them all in one go. So what we need to do now is go into landscaping mode. What I'm worried about is we're losing a little bit of light, so it could be a bit tricky. I may do this bit as a time lapse, but we'll see how we go. But I am literally going to try and square off these fields as best I can. So I will do this as quick as I can. As you can see, it's going to be a bit, I can open this up a little bit more as well. It's not going to be as small as that. I'll get this done, and hopefully when we come back in, this will all be sort of done and look a lot better. So I think that is it. So as you saw, we did lose quite a bit, and pretty much most of my outline with our plough has disappeared. But it's nice that we've still got a bit of grass on the map. But as you can see, that is a lovely squared off field now. Well happy with that. Pushed it to the maximum, so we're literally on the edge of that bump there, and the same over here. I did a little bit of repair on the tracks here and there. I can always go back and finish that off camera. But yeah, really pleased with that. And again, I left quite a bit of space here, but you can see how sort of bumpy this area is. That's why it struggled, I think. So those two need liming, which I think we will do, and then I think we'll probably leave it there for this episode. Also, you probably noticed that I I say accidentally, it's annoying when the old landscaping tool jumps over it, jumps over, and kind of ruined. I could have carried on like that, but that would have been losing too much, I think. So I got this back out and ploughed back in and kind of restarted again. Let's head on back. We'll grab that huge lime spreader that we've got. We'll lime these two, and then we're almost at 6 PM here in game. And then I think we'll probably end the episode there. So like I say, 2 new fields. I'd like to say that is it for the fields, but you never know with me. Never say never. I mean, we have got quite a few, but now they are a bit more worker friendly, it's going to work out better for us, because we can literally just get a worker going and leave them to it. Because obviously some of the fields we've got around this area of our farm aren't exactly worker friendly, so I'm having to do them myself, which takes longer. So we'll head down to the big field first. I'll tell you what we could do actually, just to see what happens. Let's get a worker going on this. And then we can carry on chatting for a little bit. Be interesting to see what they do on the thinner field, if they can handle that turnaround. I can't remember what sort of spread width we're at on this, so let's just do a little test. Oh, let's unfold it. My bad. Forgot about that. Right, so that's probably not too bad where that is. Right, they're off and running. So we'll let them carry on with that, which is pretty good. I think they're going to cope okay. Like I say, maybe we could put cotton in here as well, and then we'll have a huge cotton harvest. Should be round about the same time if I plant this as well now. Obviously not this episode, I could do that off camera. So as you can see, we are all squared off. Obviously that's disappearing because he's liming. We're all squared off, that looks very cool. We've got cotton over here, fertilised and growing. Like I say, these 2 fields are going to need something else in, so I can crack on with one of those. I might do the bigger field, I'm not sure, we'll work it out. And then we need to harvest the cornfield, which will be next episode as well. So here we go, plenty of room for them to turn around, so I'm not too worried about this field now. It's going to be that one over there. And it looks like he's missed a tiny bit there. Indeed. So that's a brilliant start with the workers on the field. Let's just double check. 2 little spots. I can sort that out. And then I'll get this done. I'll probably finish this one myself. Or I might see what the workers like on here actually. Because that, with that big lime spreader on the back of them, that is going to be very interesting to see what they do at this point, turning round. So that should be a laugh. But I think we'll leave it there for that episode. So I hope you have all enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, then please do. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. We're going to carry on farming whilst the sun goes down. But I will see you very soon I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.